Hello and welcome back to my channel. Long time no see. If you guys haven't been reading my community posts on YouTube, you could probably see why I've been gone for a bit. It's been a rough end to the year. A year that was already really crappy, and you know, it just suddenly got worse for me out of nowhere. But I wanted to, return to these videos now that I'm done with my semester at school. Work is pretty much done until March for me. I'm basically off, so you're gonna see a lot of activity on this channel. Definitely more than you've seen last week, but it's been a really rough week. Everything is terrible, and we're all gonna die someday. Merry Christmas. So I thought I'd kick off Christmas today with a Patreon request. I need to catch up on a lot of these before the month ends. I'm going to be going rapid fire this last week of the month, so I hope you guys are prepared for a lot of videos because it's gonna happen. So we're starting off with my patron Sumimiya, who recommended VIXX. My highest tier on Patreon pretty much guarantees you a reaction, whatever you may request. So we're actually checking out 2 VIXX songs today. VIXX is a group that I've heard of quite a bit, but just haven't got around to checking out. I know they're an older group. I actually looked at some of the members, and it's just wild that there's a handful of them that are older than me, and I just find that to be very, very cool. It seems that they lost a member this year around August. I think someone left the group. They're from Jellyfish Entertainment, who is also attached to Very Very, right? I'm reacting to them on Patreon for Road to Kingdom. So it's cool to check out another group. I know that this isn't the most, how do I say, holiday spirit type of group, because I know they have very dark concepts, which is why they interest me just from the start. So if you are squeamish, I've been noted by Sumimiya to let you know that some of these videos get maybe a little graphic, so be forewarned. So let's hop into this. We're going to check out Voodoo Doll first and then get into fantasy. So let's get into it. Voodoo Doll came out like 7 years ago. Yeah, it's already starting off violent. Dude. I don't think you'd see something like this in K-pop these days. That like girls MV is the most graphic thing I've probably seen in like a modern K-pop video. Also, there are no captions on this, unfortunately. There is on fantasy.
You shot right through my heart. I'll fight for you.
Ooh, the choreo. Okay, it already sounds like a more, it very much sounds of the age. The styling of the male K-pop artists of this era were always so similar. I feel like they always looked very alike. Now, a lot of the time, they try to distinguish each member from each other so they stand out and you kind of grasp onto their personalities and their particular charms. But already, I could look at these guys and the way their eye makeup is done, their hair, they're so similar to what I've seen from like BAP. But that start, holy shit. Wow, I love the color palette of that scene. It's so over dramatic. What was that? I thought that, okay, that's his shoulder. I thought that was a nipple. Ah, I like the TikTok. Ooh, that's sick. I love the effects. Oh, it's so much more electronic than I thought. Whoa, the makeup. And there's the Voodoo Doll. The choreo is very dynamic, very active. They're on the ground a lot. That intro especially was wild, the way they threw him and flung him to the front. Very cool. Sounds so different from what I thought it would. I really like the body modification makeup. She's a little twisted, huh? Okay, I'm gonna take just a random shot in the dark because we don't have captions. I'm gonna assume that this whole video and it being dark and with her playing with the voodoo doll, this is a symbol for whether it be your crush or your significant other or someone almost like toying with you in a relationship or in a romance as if, you know, you are a voodoo doll to them and she's, you know, picking at you and prodding you and whatnot. That's my guess. Oh, see, this pre-chorus comes out of nowhere. Makeup super emo, into it. It's very 2004 emo, like an AFI video. But there are such graphic scenes, the close-ups. Also, what? These tattoos aren't real, right? Because that dude is tatted to absolute hell. And also, the VIXX on his fingers almost look too clear. Hand tattoos are like the worst because they just blur and rub so easily because like your skin is constantly shedding on your hands because they're so tactile. Hand tattoos I'll never understand because they're just, you basically need to get them touched up like every 8 months for them to look good. But are those real? He's completely covered. A lot of them have tattoos actually, and I'm assuming they're fake because you don't see a lot of tatted K-pop artists. Oh, it's so over dramatic. I love it. This dude's a fast rapper though. God, they keep stabbing themselves, or I guess more so she's stabbing the voodoo doll. Ooh, still got the high note towards the end of the song. That never changed. I do gotta say, this comes from someone that doesn't have too much nostalgia for older male groups, at least. When I listened to K-pop in like 2008, 2009, I'd come across a handful of songs here and there, Girls' Generation and whatnot. I have nostalgia for those songs, but I never liked, back then, any of the male group songs. I'm sure I would have a completely different, as I do watching this, a completely different idea of what that is these days. But back then I just couldn't appreciate it. So I don't have the nostalgia factor. I do really appreciate nowadays that we distinguish our members a little bit more, and that they've kind of gone away, I guess, from this styling for their male artists in terms of not what they're wearing, because I think their outfits here are sick. I love how dark this concept is. I think the makeup styling really throws me off. Not hating. Again, this is probably just, you know, a sign of the times kind of thing. I just think the male artists look so much better these days. In the way they're styled, not physically. I really like this choreo, though. That is one thing. The few older tracks that I've reacted to like this, the choreography did seem a little bit more unique or inventive back then. Ah! Look at his arms. That's so cool. I'm gonna say that I nailed it. Like, I nailed it on the head. That's what I'm assuming the meaning behind this song is. The sound of the song is so different from what I expected. I did not expect it to be like heavy electronic backed song. I guess when I hear something is a very dark concept with some like aspects of gore in the video, I'm assuming something with like heavy electric guitar, or or something like that, but I don't think that was really a thing that was in a lot of K-pop back then. You know, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm assuming that that is something that's kind of been within the last like 5-6 years with your Dreamcatchers and whatnot that has really introduced a lot of rock/metal elements into the music. I don't know if there were older groups that did that a lot, but definitely a sound that I was not expecting. And in terms of the video, absolutely loved it. I've always said, and I've said a million times, which is why I'm assuming Sumimiya had recommended this, is that I've been waiting for more dark concepts in K-pop because I absolutely love them. If you guys have not seen it, Nature's Girls video that came out this year, one of my favorite videos of the year. You'll probably see it in my end of the year awards list. Such a good song, and it takes, you know, it has an uncensored version. I highly recommend that version because it does take some, I wouldn't say risks, but based on what you see with a lot of K-pop music videos today, it certainly stands out. It's different. All right, now we're gonna hop into Fantasy. This one I think is more, not necessarily recent, but yeah, 2016, not that long ago.
My fantasy.
I think this is 3 years since Voodoo Doll.
My fantasy.
I chose this one. Sumimi had given me a group of songs to choose from. I chose this one because I think they had said it involved Hades or Hell, the underworld, and that's really cool to me. So I was like, hell yeah. By this time in K-pop, it looks like the match cuts have become a thing already. Match cuts are so big in K-pop, like you constantly see it, and these match cuts are done pretty well with the black outfits into the white. Slower song. I love that they put their names down in the subtitles. That's so helpful for learning new groups. Whoa, that kind of just changed up completely. Oh, I love the orchestra and the strings in the background. I like his voice. That location in the forest is really pretty. I wish we had more dance scenes there. The drop is so odd. Like I can't follow like the melody of the drop. It kind of hits and it kind of I don't know. I can't follow it. I think it's maybe because the bass is a little low in the background. Their vocals are way up in front. Oh, I like this second part chorus. Love the visuals, but I gotta say, the chorus, I can't wrap my head around it. I can't get into the rhythm of even where it's going or like what the beat is. It just seems like it's all over the place. Is that just me? I love that they stick to a dark concept in general. Is this the dude that was rapping in Voodoo Doll towards the bridge? Their styling is already better here. Some different color hair, not so heavy on the eye makeup. I gotta say, I think just the chorus is overlaid with just way too much instrumentation. You've got like the strings, someone on the violin is just going ham, and then you have like this bass beat mixed with the vocals. I like this outro though. It's my fantasy. Huh. Okay, so that song was interesting. Honestly, I didn't pay too much attention to the lyrics just because I was trying to understand where the song was going in a musicality sense. I really liked the intro and the outro. I liked the song when it was a bit slower, actually. The chorus is just something that I think this is a song I'm gonna need to listen to multiple times just to really kind of grasp onto it. Sometimes songs are like that when they're being a bit more experimental. I always refer to something like NCT. They are typically songs that don't wow me right off the bat because I'm just trying to get my body or my brain to like get to the rhythm of the song. Like the first time, for example, when I checked out Simon Says, I was like, that was interesting. I'm not really sure. That seemed like it was kind of all over the place. It was very weird, experimental. But now I've listened to Simon Says probably over 100 times. I love that song. Now, even though it is experimental, you know exactly where it's going just from experience, and you vibe with the song so much better. So I'm going to assume this is a song like that, in that vein. But overall, I did enjoy the styling of it. I enjoyed the sound. I like diving into these older groups sometimes, just to see where K-pop has come from and to see where it is now and how they reflect each other. Voodoo Doll, out of these two songs, I liked a lot more. I thought the video was much more graphic, definitely what I was expecting out of this group. So thank you, Sumimiya, for this recommendation. They're a group that I'm pretty sure is still around. I read news that a member had left in August of this year, so clearly they're still making stuff. So I'd be interested in seeing what their most recent stuff sounds like, whatever that may be. But let me know down below what your thoughts on VIXX are. If you guys listened to them back in the day, what you think of these two songs. If you have maybe the same conundrum with Fantasy that I did in terms of the chorus being like hard to wrap your head around. But thank you guys so much for checking out this video. Thank you so much for, I guess, waiting for me to be ready to make videos again. I really needed that time off just to take care of the things I needed to, get my head straight, and hopefully I can start making content on a regular basis with no awful tragedies happening anymore. I would really appreciate that. 2021, no matter what, like it can still not be the year I want it to be, and it's still gonna be better than 2020, because goddamn, aside from the pandemic and everything, there is a whole lot more that happened that was just making this not the year I wanted it to be. So let's make 2021 a much happier one. I really appreciate all of your support, all your subs, the likes, the views, your comments down below. Love reading those. I read every single one. Again, if you guys want to give a recommendation that I will for sure 100% react to, I react to one of your recommendations per month. If you sub to my highest tier on Patreon, I will list it down below, so it's nice and easy for you to see. We're reacting to Road to Kingdom on there. I am starting Queendom this weekend, like this holiday, not even this weekend, probably before, because now that I have all this time, I'm going to be getting to everything that I've wanted to. So I'm pretty sure I did a poll on there for a reaction to an album. I think we're doing Mamamoo's Travel. I gotta check that poll yet again. We're doing Day 6's not Zombie, the Demon album. I always think it's Zombie, but that's the title track on there. We're doing that very shortly, so I'd love to have you on there. Thank you again so much for the support. I will see you in the next one.